Good evening. I'm B.A. Nagesh, MA in Political Science and Public Administration. Today we are doing a topic on General Studies Paper 2, Governance. As I said, General Studies Paper 2 basically comprises three units: polity, governance, and international relations. So the unit we're taking for discussion today is governance issues related to health. So as I said before, a knowledge of the syllabus, keep reading the syllabus again and again so you do not stray from the syllabus. In fact, some topics it is a very general in nature. See, for instance, this particular topic which we have taken for discussion today, issues related to health. The syllabus in GS2 governance, there are several subtopics like issues related to health, issues related to poverty, issues related to hunger, then issues. So these three things like health, poverty, hunger, they are very vague in nature and quite vast. The scope is quite vast, so we try to limit ourselves to specific issues which are current events in nature. So the question for discussion today: there is a mismatch between the services provided by the government and the private sector in healthcare. So the question is very simple. Mismatch between the services provided by the government, since government cannot do everything itself, and the private sector, which is playing a dominant role in healthcare. Of course, it is costly and other related issues are there. So substantiate with reference to the issues involved and suggest solutions. So here, how do we split up the answer? We start with an introduction. We take up the issues which are involved. Then we come to what suggestions or solutions you can offer. So this much you would have to do in 200 words. As I said earlier, there is negative marking if you exceed the word limit. So when you are writing your answer, you try and restrict your answer keeping these points in mind. First, an introduction. In the introduction, I I make a statement by observing that India's health problem has a 80-20 rule. 20% cannot afford modern healthcare. 40% cannot afford, in the sense 40% they just cannot afford any, do not have any access to healthcare. The remaining 40% who can afford, they pay with difficulty. So these are the three stratas who are utilizing the healthcare facilities in India. As I said, for the 20%, the elite who are comfortably placed, who are in cities, they can afford modern healthcare. 40% they are below the poverty line, could be tribals, could be denotified tribals, people living in far-flung areas who cannot afford. The remaining 40% who can afford, they pay with difficulty. So with this introduction, we go to the main part of the question. When to substantiate the question that there is a mismatch between the services provided by the government and the private sector. So the issues involved. First important thing which I would like to point out is 80% do not have protection for health by way of insurance, by way of, you can put it as accessibility to healthcare. You see the outlay earmarked by government on the health sector, it is merely 1.13% of the GDP. The third important thing would be 85% cannot afford the high cost or corporate private healthcare. So what happens? This corporate private healthcare, as I said in the beginning, this is a prerogative of the 20%. Now we have got separate schemes for the health sector. When the Narendra Modi government came into being, of course, the government has launched this Ayushman Bharat. Now, if you see the Ayushman Bharat, 1.27 crore people have taken advantage of this Ayushman Bharat as against 12 crore card holders. So again the coverage is very less, and a measly 1.27 crores out of the 12 crore card holders, hardly 1.27 have taken advantage of this scheme. Then the tragedy of the private sector, the corporate sector. What is happening is the hospitals are incentivized by the insurance companies to increase the bill for the services provided, but there is no commensurate service to the patients. Patients do not get attended to their interests. While the hospital bills are inflated, the corresponding treatment or attending to the services of the patients is in a very dismal state of affairs. Again, the government sector health is noted for lack of access, especially in far-flung areas. Then affordability. Access and affordability are the prime factors affecting the disbursal of health services in the government sector. Absence of quality manpower. So what do I mean when I say absence of quality manpower? I mean migration of doctors to corporate hospitals, absence of qualified manpower at the grassroots. Say you take the primary health center, the basic unit in the health setup, where you find the nurses exposed to heavy workload because of the absence of the doctor. The nurse models as a doctor disbursing the medicine because the doctor is traveling from his place of work, though he is stipulated by the rules to stay in his place of working. So when I speak of mismatch, I speak about the issues which I have discussed right now. I say that there is a mismatch between the government and the private sector. So I substantiated my answer with relevant statistics. Now, what solutions would I offer? So because in the question says substantiate with reference to the issues involved and suggest solutions. So the solutions, what I would say, first important suggestion would be increase the number of doctors who are posted to the rural areas. Now what is happening, as I said earlier, there is a migration of the doctors to the corporate sector, to places where they are paid highly. Now and then the reluctance of the doctors to serve in rural areas. Of course, in states like Karnataka, we have made it compulsory rural service, but with all this, the system is not working because the number of doctors in the rural areas is far less than the stipulated number. So the first suggestion would be to increase the number of doctors to serve in rural areas. So what will happen is, apart from the getting the stipulated number of doctors to serve in the rural areas, there is a necessity to revamp the infrastructure in the rural areas. Say, for instance, a doctor, why he is reluctant to serve in the rural area? He does not have a place to stay, and the as we have seen in many places, the doctors' quarters, it leaks. It is in a dilapidated structure which leaks in the rains, and it is not safe. So infrastructure has to be revamped. Now earlier, that is prior to independence, we had a system called the licentiate medical practitioner. So this LMP system was working very well, and the LMP was accessible to the people, and he used to give the basic medicine, and people were happy with the service. So the second suggestion which you can make in your answer, revive the ancient system of LMPs. The third important thing would be, now we have got a large number of BSc nursing candidates, BSc candidates passing out with BSc nursing. So what the suggestion would be is, you allow them to do attend to the basic functions in the primary health center. So this is important in respect of maternal and child health, empowering the graduates of BSc nursing to be nursing practitioners. This is a good suggestion. More allocation for primary health care. By this I mean, apart from establishing more primary health centers, we have to equip them with manpower, with medicine and the requisite infrastructure. Extra incentive for doctors, especially people who want to serve in rural areas. We provide extra salary, extra incentives, conveyance allowance, then decent government quarters. So if this is given, this would be an extra incentive for doctors to work in the rural areas. Apart from this, what you can suggest in the answer would be penalties for absenteeism for rural postings. So this is another important thing which has to be taken care of. So the care should be taken to see that people who do not report to the places of posting, they are punished by suspending them or initiating disciplinary action against them, so that the other people will become careful. So penalties for absenteeism for the rural postings. The next, you see the ratio of 0.6 nurses per doctor compared to the WHO norm of 3 nurses per doctor. So the WHO norm has to be stipulated. So unless this ratio is set right, the healthcare in the government sector will suffer. I mean, the services rendered by the government in the health sector will take a back seat. So this particular question we have analyzed like this. When I say mismatch between the services provided by the government and the private sector in healthcare, first I had an introduction, then I came to the issues involved. I spoke of how the corporate sector, how it is managing to attract the doctors with the best incentives, with the best pay, and how even the best of schemes like Ayushman Bharat, they have not been able to achieve much. As I said, hardly 1.27 crore people have taken advantage of this scheme as against 12 crore card holders. Then I also spoke of the major problem affecting the government: accessibility and affordability. Accessibility, affordability in the sense in healthcare. By this I mean the health services in the government sector, they are affordable, correct, but they are not accessible, and they are most of the time the lack of infrastructure puts is diverting the patients, is diverting the public to the corporate sector. The corporate sector, you can also mention the affordability, how it is fleecing, how it is more interested in inflating the insurance, how it is more interested in garnering profits than attending to the services of the public. Then finally, we came to the question of solutions. We said how the government sector, if it has to be if it has to improve. I spoke of reviving the old LMP, licensed medical practitioner, how it was a good system prior to independence, how that can be continued. Then I said increase the outlay for the primary health care. Then incentives for doctors who report in the rural areas by providing them extra pay, by providing them facilities like government quarters and other necessary like conveyance allowance and other allowances. Then I also said how the nursing practitioners, how they can play a dominant role in healthcare. Nursing practitioners who complete their BSc in nursing, how they can be made a part of the health setup. Apart from being nurses, they can also be modeled as health practitioners. Then I also finally we concluded our answer by saying that if the rural sector, if the scenario has to improve, there must be a system of penalties wherein you punish the doctors for not reporting to their place of stay. So this much comes for the answer to this particular question in General Studies paper 2, issues related to health. As I said, the certain issues in certain topics in General Studies 2 governance, the syllabus is not very clear. It is very vague and it is very vast. So the only way of attempting this particular topic in topics in General Studies paper 2 governance is going through the newspapers and seeing the current issues which are there. Thank you.